What's up, traders? Welcome back to another video. So today we are going to talk about the low-hanging fruits. Guys, you need to understand that for most of the week we usually trade excuse me, we usually trade continuations of the trend. So I know the low-hanging fruit was something that I really struggled with studying Stacy Buck's strategy, but now I believe it's one of my most profitable setups. So I want to show you how to identify the low-hanging fruits. So let's say, for example, this is our high. So this is our high here, and this is our low. Now, you find that, say, Asia does its thing, consolidation, and then in the London session, the market actually expands the range to the high of the day, high of the week, whatever high you are looking at, and then breaks back down in. And then in the gap time, the market continues falling. Now, keep in mind, we have this gap here from the low of the London session to the high and the open of our market window, say at 8. We still have a space here. So let me draw it and elaborate. So we all know, for example, this pump here, assume it's here. Now, I want to show you. So we have this space here to the low of the day, right? Now, this needs to be a significant level, maybe the high of the day, at least the high of the day, or the high of the week, the high of the month. So once the price is breaking down and we have our window opening at 8, so let's assume that line represents the opening at 8, the opening of the window. The price comes down, but then starts just at the beginning, price comes back to the most recent high. All right, does not come back to the high of the day, the most recent high, then breaks structure, retest, and gives us an engulfment back to the low of the day, the low of the session. So this is just a quick scalp where you can get in and scale in, because, well, we are here to make money. So you get into a position where it moves quickly. So these low-hanging fruits move very quickly and reverse. So it's just you enter, get in, get out. Simple. That is what we'll be looking at. And that is how I got into this trade. So let me show you. Now, before we jump into the trade, I also want to talk about the inside bar or the inside day. So we have Monday setting the initial balance and being day 1. Then day 2 breaks above. And then day 3 is inside. So it's still day 3. I'm answering a question I was asked. Day 3 is inside. And if even Thursday was an inside day, I'll still call it day 4, but to me it's day 3 because it's this setup. We go high, and then we have a peak formation, and then we have a consolidation, maybe of 1 day or 2 days. Then I might be expecting price to break down, but most of the case, price comes back again to the high, triggers the high, then consolidates a little bit for the break. Now, so this will be day 1, day 2. Inside day 3, if it breaks down, it's okay. Then, you just look for your setup. But if the next day breaks above the high and comes back to this region, So now we have day 3. Just clarifying. But I'll jump into more details in upcoming videos. So let's look at this trade setup. For most guys, maybe there was no trade today, but excuse me. When you trade for a long time, when you look at the charts and you follow your strategy, you start seeing some patterns. So we had Thursday, the market broke down yesterday. So we have a broken down market. And also, this is day 3. We have day 3 breaking down and closing below our first red day. So in my mind, I know this is our first red day. Okay. So there is a very big possibility that the next day we will continue with the trend. And as you can see, this is a trend. Let us draw a trend line from yesterday's high. You can see that this is a trend line. Price is coming back to the trend line and bouncing. So, in my mind, well, this is my process. We have Asia coming back to or setting the high of the day. Then, in the London session the market breaks down. So this is not a stop hunt. This is not a stop hunt. A stop hunt is a quick move and then a quick move back in. This is a breakout. So the market breaks out and then pulls back and consolidates. Now, I've seen this pattern so many times. I've been stopped out so many times by this pattern because this is a manipulation tactic. Now, when you see this pattern, most guys know this pattern breaks out, pulls back, continues. But to me, I know when I see this is a broken down market. This is day 2. To me, this is day 2. Now, of course, Wednesday is the midweek reversal. No, not Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday to close the week, continuation of the trend. So this, to me, is a breakout of this, a breakout of this previous day's low. Market breaks out, pulls back. Now, one thing I also told myself is that the market pulls back in one push. Alright, one push, and then the market consolidates. So there is no bigger push than this. And then prior to the market, we have a 1, 2, 3. So when I came to the market, this was the candle that was forming. And I was telling myself, we have 1 push, 2 push, let's wait and see. This candle might be the 3rd push to confirm that this is a stop hunt or a breakout pullback continuation. Then again, I drew this trend line from the high of the day, linking it to the high of the previous session. Right? So price did not come back to this level, but still it obeyed when you try to force it. But to me, I knew this is a trend. Now let's go to the 1 minute time frame and now look at how the low hanging fruit looks like. So we have, I actually drew this trend line here. Yes, I remember now. I drew that trend line to look for the low hanging fruits. So the price in the first 30 minutes, even 45, not even 30 minutes, this is supposed to be here. So price comes back, breaks above the trend line in one push, then again in another push with a now we don't even have an engulfment. We have one push, break of structure, but no engulfment. Another push, second push, and then the third push with our M pattern. Now, remember, I know we are in a trend. So, what I'm looking for is just an M pattern with an engulfment. We have this M pattern here, and then boom, we have the engulfment at 825. This was my first entry. Right? This was my first entry. For a 30 pip move. Not even, yeah, a 30 pip move up to the low of the day. So, price breaks down and then confirms at 830 with this engulfment. So, price continues falling. If you wanted to add a position, here's another area to add a position, 839. And then price came back down again, consolidated, but also in line with this trend. You could have added your last position at 9 o'clock for the move down. Simple. It was an easy 30 pip move for me. Simple. In and out. In and out. So guys, in this, we are here to make money. This is the reality. So if you can't find setups that work for you, then you have a long way to go. I have a Telegram channel, but one thing with traders, me included, is that sometimes we are never serious with our work, so it won't be free, and it won't, well, it will be very expensive. Okay, it will be very expensive. I'll link the details in the description. So if you want to join the community, the reason why I'm not saying it's free is because, well, when something is free to you, you don't really value it. But when you actually invest something from your own sweat, then you're going to put more effort in terms of the progress that you want. But I'll still be giving you free content here. This is just for people who want to go the extra mile and improve their trading and their life in general. So yeah, hopefully you got value from today's video. Like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.